Hi, if you're watching this video, it means you are a learner at a Kiro school. We have over 60,000 learners across South Africa, Namibia and Botswana who are all part of a Kiro school. So why are you then watching this video? Well, as a Kiro learner, you have access to a Microsoft Office 365 account. Microsoft Office 365 has very cool and useful apps that you can use in your classroom but also at home during remote learning. If this is something your school uses, it is important that you pay attention through the rest of this video so that we can show you how to access these apps and make sure that you stay safe while working online. But first we need to define a few terms. In this video, we will talk about working online as well as working offline. When we work online, it is when we need an internet connection to complete a task or access content. When we work offline, it means we are working on a device and we can continue our work even if there is no internet. We will also use the word sync often. Sync refers to when your offline work is saved to an online space or document linked to your work. So let's see how we go about accessing our Office 365 account. Every learner can access this account even if you don't have a device that you use at school. You can access it on your home computer, tablet or iPad, and you can also access it on a smartphone. But before you start the process, you will need the following. First, you need an internet connection. Then you need to know your Kiro Learner email address and password. If you don't know what your Kiro email address is, your parents or guardian can contact your school to ask for assistance. You can then go ahead and open your internet browser. It can be any browser such as Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. In this case, we will use Microsoft Edge. In the search bar, type in office.com and press enter to load. Click on sign in, and when asked to do so, type in your Learner Kiro email address and then click on next. You will now be taken to the Kiro sign in page where you will have to enter your learner password and then click on sign in. You will be asked if you want to stay signed in. Click on yes to prevent you from having to sign in every time. Once the page has loaded, you will be in what we call the Office 365 suite of tools for education. At first glance, you can see that as a Kiro learner, you can use all the usual Microsoft apps that you may be familiar with. But you will see a few extra ones that we use specifically for education within Kiro. These include OneNote, Teams, Sway and Forms. To see more of the apps available to you, you can click on All Apps. This will give you a grid with all the apps that you have access to in the Office 365 suite of tools. We will now discuss some of the apps that might be most useful to you. These include Outlook, OneDrive, Teams and OneNote. Outlook is the Microsoft email app which allows you to send and receive emails. However, to keep you safe and protect you from possibly harmful emails, this is only available for internal communication, meaning emails can only be sent to and received from other Kiro email addresses. Kiro learners also have OneDrive's cloud storage linked to your Office 365 account. This provides all Kiro users with 1 TB of storage space. When you save files to OneDrive, you can access these files on any device as long as you have an internet connection and your Kiro email address and password. You can even access it on a mobile phone or tablet. The usual Office applications that you would normally access on your home device, Word, Excel and PowerPoint, also have online versions. This means that when you open these apps through Office 365, it will open them in your internet browser and not on your device desktop. They have the same editing functionality and save files automatically to your Kiro OneDrive. Note that as long as apps are used from Office 365, they will need a constant internet connection. The next app available to Kiro learners is OneNote. OneNote can best be described as a digital lever arch file where you as a learner can take notes. It allows for anywhere editing and digital inking on touchscreen enabled devices. OneNote also integrates with class teams where teachers create class notebooks where they can share resources and allocate assignments and classwork. We will cover this later on in the tutorial. Next, we have Microsoft Teams. Teams is a communication and collaboration platform used for education and acts as a virtual classroom. Assignments and work can be handed out, completed and turned in, and it allows for remote learning to continue with its video conferencing tools, assignments and resource functionality built in. Let's go ahead and dive into Microsoft Teams to see how you can make use of this app. Teams is the focal point of Kiro's digital learning platform. If you click on the Teams icon, it will open the app in your internet browser. Once the Teams window has loaded, you will see the following view. Note that what you can see on this view will be unique to each Kiro learner based on the class teams you have been added to. You can also change the view of this grid window to a list view instead of a grid. This is unique to learner preferences. To see Teams settings, click on the user icon in the top right of the screen. Select Settings and click on List. You also have the option to change the color theme of Teams, which will assist with accessibility for those learners who might have vision or learning differences. Here, you can see the same class teams as you were able to see in the grid view. We urge you to download the Teams app on your device that you will most often work on. It can be downloaded on multiple devices at the same time, including mobile phones and tablets and iPads. Click on the download icon and then click on Run when the pop-up appears at the bottom of the screen. Once downloaded, the app will be available on the device. Note that even though the app is now stored locally on your device, it still requires an internet connection, similar to how social media apps like WhatsApp would require mobile data to communicate. To find the app on the device once installed, type in Microsoft Teams in the search bar next to the Windows icon. On the taskbar, you can right-click on the app to pin it to your taskbar. Once the app appears, click on the icon to open it in your desktop. Once the app is open, you can see that this view is exactly the same as the view in the online version which we showed previously. However, the desktop version allows for Teams calls and one-on-one calls with teachers, which may be necessary for remote learning. Going through the Teams space, learners can find their teams on the left along with other Teams functionality like one-to-one chat, which can be used for communication with your teacher at agreed times. They can also see all assignments that have been allocated by teachers and see a calendar view where they will be able to see online lessons teachers may have scheduled for remote learning. Within the class space, you are able to chat with the rest of the class. This class space will be the same for every learner that forms part of the class team, and all learners, along with the educators, will see all content and conversation that is shared in this space. You can also upload and access content that others have uploaded within the Files section of the Teams space. The next tab is the Class Notebook section. This is a digital learner workbook. As a learner, you can only see your own section along with a content library and collaboration space. The teacher is able to see all learners' workbooks that is linked to this team. We encourage you to open your class notebook in the OneNote desktop app. This will allow you to complete your work even if you're not connected to the internet. But because the origin of the notebook is still in the cloud, it will automatically sync back to the teacher's notebook once you do connect to the internet. We refer to this as an offline capability. This allows you to complete your own classwork digitally while the teacher can review your work remotely without having to take in your actual hard copy workbook. This means you can still access your work while the teacher is reviewing it. The same would apply for receiving work from your teacher. You would only require a short internet connection to sync the notebook, after which you can carry on offline. Once done, you can connect to the internet again so that the notebook can sync in order for the teacher to see the changes on their side. In OneNote, you can type anywhere and even use the digital inking on what we call the canvas. This would be like a blank page in your learner workbook. If your device has a stylus, you can use that to write in this workbook instead of typing. You might also be required to complete tasks and hand in assignments through the Teams Assignments functionality. Once a teacher has posted an assignment, you will receive a notification that you can click on. You can then complete the document templates that teachers have provided or upload an image of your handwritten work. You can also upload typed or created documents from your side as a learner. It's important that you then remember to click on the Turn In button in order for the teacher to receive your work on their side. Teachers can then review the work and provide feedback remotely. So to recap, as a group, Kiro uses Microsoft Office 365 for education, both in the physical and virtual classroom environments. As a Kiro learner, you have access to Office 365 and can download and install the Office applications onto a device at no additional costs. As a Kiro learner, you automatically have an email address assigned to you. Applications like Word, Excel and PowerPoint are available, as well as education-specific tools such as OneNote Class Notebook and Microsoft Teams. We encourage you to explore this space so that you will be comfortable and confident when you need to use this platform. Thank you for watching. Please note that Kiro's Service Desk is only equipped to handle technical queries. If you do experience any technical difficulties related to your Office 365 account, please ask your parents, guardians or teachers to log a call to our Kiro Service Desk on your behalf. Requests can be sent to servicedesk@kiro.co.za or call 087 285 1699. Be sure to indicate your full name and surname, the school you attend and your family account code, as well as the email address linked to your account. This will assist us in finding the account quicker. However, should you require information regarding your email address and password or any academic-related queries such as school-specific work plans, please be sure to contact your school directly.